Alright everybody, welcome back to Conqueror and Commander. Today we're going to be looking at a replay featuring the Heavenly Inferno pre-constructed deck. First, before we go on with this, I just want to point out this replay has a weird bug where for some reason my game space is up here. Mine's got the Sacred Foundry background art, and as you can see my hand, I can like move it. It's a little weird, but hopefully we can figure out what's going on and go from there. My opponents today are Ghave, Guru of Spores, tokens, lots and lots of tokens. Obzedat, Ghost Council, who is Orzhov control typically, and then Wrexial, the Risen Deep, who is usually dim air control and sometimes has a mill aspect. My opening hand only has 2 lands. I don't really like that, and I don't like a lot of these other cards either, although Terminate's not bad. But I'm pretty sure I send it back. And I do, and I've got 4 lands along with Command Tower. Well, it looks like I messed this up a little bit. Ghave should be over here. And this guy should be right here. Alright, so let's just pause real quick here. Obzedat has a first turn Skull Clamp. Ghave has a first turn Deathrite Shaman. Deathrite Shaman's sort of underplayed, but it's a good little piece of graveyard hate and it can help in life gaining and hurting people as well as getting some mana when necessary. So I ended up getting Molten Slag Heap out there and putting a storage counter on it. With a hand like this, you know, where I don't really have any big beats, it's not really necessary to rush Kalia out there because just one more turn I can get Fallen Angel out there. So I'm a much more reactionary hand right here, and I don't really feel the need to force Kalia out. Ghave, Kodama reaches. Wrexial has 3 lands and plays Kira. Kira's a nice little bit of a nice way to protect your creatures. I end up drawing Boros Garrison. And it looks like I forgot to play... No, I didn't forget to play a land. I just played the mountain. Death Baron for Obzedat. Bitter Blossom for Ghave. And he starts removing stuff. Oh, and Kitchen Finks. Kitchen Finks in a Ghave deck makes me think that he might have some sort of shenanigans going on, but I'm not 100% sure what. He does have Blade of the Blood Chief, so he's expecting to sacrifice a bunch of stuff. Kira has Withered Wretch, so there's a lot of graveyard hate out there right now. I end up getting rid of the Skull Clamp with Orum's Thunder. That's kind of a mistake. I should have gotten rid of the Bitter Blossom. I was a little worried about the extra... Skull Clamp's just really good, and for some reason I focused on that more than the Bitter Blossom. But Orum's Thunder should have just taken out Bitter Blossom here instead. I'm able to play my Darksteel Ingot and a bounce land. Obzedat attacks me as payback. I'm fine with that. He doesn't have any white mana. Gave tutors for Sterling Grove and plays it, so he's obviously a little bit enchantment heavy. People are getting stuff exiled now from their graveyards. There's a Zami, so he probably has more wizards in hand. I can't just blow up a Zami or Kira right now because I don't have enough ways to, you know, Kira means you've got to use 2 creatures in order, or 2 cards in order to blow it up, unless you have Mass Destruction. And I don't really have Mass Destruction here. So I'm going to play the Lightkeeper and gain a little bit of life. Obzedat finally gets his planes, but doesn't have anything to play. More fairy tokens. He equips the Blade of the Blood Chief and plays Mosswort Bridge again with Vezuva. Exile stuff. The zombie draws a card, Ponder for Wrexial, and a fetch land, and Phyrexian Metamorph copies Death Baron. Mainly because it's a wizard, I bet. I draw Terminate. So first I Siphon Mine. My hand's low enough now where Siphon Mines, I should be able to play some stuff that I draw. I kind of screw up in tapping my mana, but whatever. Wrexial draws some cards in response. I do get Mother of Runes. I'm a little excited about getting Teriel, but not with all the graveyard hate that's running around out there. Put another counter on the Molten Slag Heap. Obzedat plays Phyrexian Arena. Another fairy token. Demonic Tutor for Ghave. For Skull Clamp. So now he's got his Skull Clamp, so he's going to start clamping little fairies. And then Blade of the Bloodchief is going to make these guys bigger. There's Yavimaya Elder. And another clamp. No attack, though. There's Liliana's Spectre. That's going to make everybody discard. I discard Fallen Angel because Fallen Angel just doesn't do much for the deck. I decide to bust out Teriel because she's big. She has vigilance, so I can start attacking into things. I draw Comet Storm, but Consuming Vapors targets Wrexial from Obzedat. Comet Storm is a little mana intensive right now, and there's nothing that I really want to kill other than Kira, and it's going to take more than just Comet Storm. I don't want to waste all my... I just have a hard time using that much removal. Doubling Season comes out for Ghave. Sterling Grove's out there to protect his enchantments. And then Cultivate for Ghave. And then High Priest. This is actually the first time I've seen this played, the High Priest of Penance. The first time I've seen it played in a commander deck. Seems like it'd be good, especially if you can make it indestructible or something. More stuff is getting exiled. Wrexial draws more cards. Here's Cyclonic Rift. That bounces everything. And then everything goes after Ghave because he's got the most enchantments and stuff in hand. I've got the Hedge Mage here, but I don't have enough mountains or anything. Oh yeah, and then I used Terminate, and I tried to kill Azami or something like that, completely forgetting about Kira. Just dumb. Like, I spent all this time worrying about Kira, and then I forgot about it, and I tried terminating. So, I don't know why I did that. Because I'm dumb. Ghave dumps out all his enchantments once again. Plays Kitchen Finks. Wrexial plays Wrexial. No attacks. I terminate something. Oh, I terminated the Sterling Grove because he was tapped out. And I figured if I terminate the Grove, the other two players are going to have a shot. Well, actually, mainly just Obzedat. It's going to have a shot at blowing up these other two enchantments. So I mortified the Sterling Grove. Archangel of Strife is going to do nothing for me here. There's Day of Judgment, finally. Oh, Foil! Foil is one of those counters that if you plan on having a lot of cards in your hand, you might as well play with it. It's a cheap counterspell money-wise or ticket-wise too, so that's nice because it's free even though it costs a bunch of cards. More fairy tokens. Synchromancer. Nice with tokens. Nice when opponents have tokens, at least. Alright, and then he's going to start clamping his fairies again to draw more cards. And with the blade on the Synchromancer, it's just going to get really huge real quick. He attacks into Wrexial. Wrexial goes after Ghave because Ghave actually has Demonic Tutor in his graveyard. So you'll see that Wrexial's gonna go grab the Demonic Tutor. And he Demonic Tutors for Doomsday. You do lose half your life. I haven't seen Doomsday used in Commander, but it's more or less a one-card combo because you should be able to set up the 5 cards in such a way that you could win pretty quickly on the spot, and that's what happens here. Oh, so first what he does is he gushes. And then he plays Laboratory Maniac, which is great for Doomsday, especially since he only has 3 cards left in his deck. And then he uses a zombie to draw a card, so he's got 2 cards left in his deck, and then he plays Thought Scour. And that's the game. So obviously, you know, these precons can't really stop combos or anything like that. So that's just kind of how it happens. Honestly, if he hadn't comboed out, I think Ghave was in a pretty strong position with fairy tokens being made and Skull Clamp being out with doubling season. You know, this Synchromancer was up to 1919 already, and you know, Ghave was in a pretty good position. Even if he'd just played Ghave, Ghave would have been huge, and he would have been able to make a bunch of tokens. So this combo happened on turn 10. I'm fine with turn 10. Alright, so that's the game. Thank you very much.